It's the 9th of July and I'm Tom Glasson. Welcome to The Roast. Now, the Japanese Prime Minister is in the country and yesterday he expressed his condolences to Australia for World War II, which has inspired me to express my condolences for some of my past transgressions. So, to Taronga Zoo, sorry about the whole hippo thing, to Video Easy for not rewinding my copy of Stop or My Mum Will Shoot, and to the good people of Bolivia, I maintain that donkey already had a bite out of him before I got to him. Nevertheless, I do offer my condolences. And finally, to all those still hunting the Zodiac Killer, you will never catch me. Feels good to get off my chest. Also on the show tonight, Ricky Muir plans to vote against the abolition of the Renewable Energy Agency. And while I try to soothe my sore throat with a quick lemon tea, let's go to Mark Humphries with the headlines.
He's sick too.
But my contract stipulates that I get at least 2 minutes of Tom time per episode, so just cut to something else. Well, don't we have a 24-hour breakfast show that runs on a channel that doesn't exist?
And that's today's gallery of the hottest protesters on the Gaza Strip.
Alex, I had a Gaza Strip down there once, but the regrowth was terrible.
Well, it's time to take a look at the headlines now. Are your kids having more than an orange at half-time? A new study has found performance-enhancing drugs are now being used by athletes as young as 12.
Wow, that explains why when I took my daughter to her under-10 soccer game on the weekend, one of the girls had a beard.
Clark, that sounds like you might have been looking at one of the dads.
Well, that would explain why she said her name was Keith.
Keith. And finally, everyone's favourite wizard is back.
You shall not pass.
The former Hogwarts student features in a new short story released online by J.K. Rowling. In the story, we catch up with Harry as a 34-year-old man with greying hair.
Oh wow! Surely there's a spell for that, Harry Potter. Ominous Patris just for menace.
Well, my daughter just loves those books.
Nerdism.
Well, finally, we asked Roast Breakfast viewers what they think the High Court should do about the Sri Lankan asylum seekers intercepted at sea. We've got the poll results in now, and it looks like 10% voted process them in Australia.
15% voted send them to Sri Lanka.
And 75% of you voted Kate Upton.
Oh, good choice. Hubba, hubba, hubba.
Stop it, Clark. Well, that's it for the Roast Breakfast headlines, and coming up after the break, Adam and Lisa from House Rules give an asylum seeker on Nauru a tent makeover so good they'll never want to be processed. Looking forward to that, Clark.
I cannot wait.
I hope they do a feature wall in there.
Oh, now my face is just like my baby, and then it smells bad and I'm almost certain it's not mine. Well, yesterday, Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe delivered a landmark speech to the Australian Parliament, in which he expressed his condolences for the Second World War and noted his desire to strengthen ties with Australia.
We will never let the horrors of the past centuries' history repeat themselves.
A lesson that sadly came too late to stop the New Kids on the Block reunion tour. Now, Tony Abbott and Shinzo Abe, seen here resisting the urge to hold hands while the media's watching, have a good relationship. But of course, the proverbial whale in the room was always going to be the recent ICJ case brought by Australia against Japan that banned Japanese whaling in the Antarctic.
Japan is a country which values international law and order and the rule of law, and therefore Japan will abide by the decision.
Yes! The ICJ said the whaling wasn't for research purposes, and Japan went, fair enough.
Abe said Japan will resume whaling.
But you anyway. And the whale community was quick to respond. Still, Abe was keen to reassure Australia the issue would not come between us.
Differences in our positions in whaling should not impact our favourable bilateral relationship overall, and that is the important part.
And we're not all that different anyway. Australia is clearly cool with the occasional breach of international law so long as it occurs at sea. And it's a momentous occasion between our two nations. Abe spoke to the Parliament in English, just the third time he's ever done so in a major address, which is...
And according to senior Japanese officials, it's a gesture of friendship and regard.
And according to junior Japanese officials, it's a gesture of mad props. Prime Minister Abe then signed a historic free trade agreement with Australia, their first ever with a major developed economy, and the friendliness didn't stop there.
Today is a day that we bring life to our new special relationship. To make its birthday today, I should have brought a huge cake to share a piece with every one of you.
Which makes Abe that guy who shows up to a party and says, I should have brought something, as if that makes bringing nothing somehow better. But beyond tempting us with cake and not letting us eat it too, Australia and Japan are also working towards a new strategic alliance, which sounds great until you hear it's a development certain to anger Beijing. And you don't want to anger Beijing. They might stop making absolutely everything for us. Also, breaking news, Beijing's the first city to experience emotions. So Japan is looking to Australia for protection, and Australia's rocky on-again, off-again friendship with Japan reminds me of a good friend of mine who I've had a lot of problems with in the past. We had a bloody feud a while back, then we traded a lot of goods back and forth on eBay for the last 60 years, but then, out of nowhere, he harpooned and devoured my cat, Minky, for research. Never gonna forgive him.
Hello, friend. So when are you gonna get another cat? I could totally research up some dessert. Oh, there. Dry your tears.
Thanks.
Do you remember why we're friends?
Because you're blackmailing me with those photos?
No, because you and I are like Australia and Japan and have formed a powerful alliance against our colleague Alex Lee, who's acting like a total China.
She's a rising superpower in our region who keeps flexing her political muscle and is artificially devaluing her currency to fund her export-led economy.
Yeah, she's an enormous asshole. She has more money than us, she's got far too much influence in the office, and she keeps threatening the sovereignty of the Philippines. So you tolerate that I ate Minky the cat under the pretense of studying cat population levels because we both know there's safety in numbers and Alex is getting far too big for her boots.
That's true.
Quiet, Tom, I think she can hear us. Yeah.
Tom, I am so angry that you're friends with Nick. I'm gonna airstrike your face if you don't defriend him. Now be friends with me!
No, be friends with me! I promise I won't eat your next cat. I'm totally gonna eat that cat.
I'm gonna kill you!
No, Tom! Protect me! Protect me!
Getting involved with that, we'll be back in a moment.
Well, there's Sudoku!
Have you ever teamed up with a friend to curb the influence of another person who was ostensibly also your friend but you were secretly terrified of? Was your friend a global superpower? それについて聞いてみたい at the Roast TV or hashtag RoastTV.
Finally tonight, motoring enthusiast party Senator Ricky Muir, seen here with a briefcase full of Top Gear magazines, has emerged as an unlikely saviour of the environment. We all knew Ricky loved cars, but it turns out he also loves the idea of a future, with the Senator declaring he will vote against scrapping the Australian Renewable Energy Agency, or ARENA. So why did he go to bat for ARENA? Perhaps it's because, unlike other politicians, 33-year-old Ricky is thinking like a man who knows he'll still be alive in the future when environmental research conducted now will matter. And this morning he surprised everyone by splitting from the Palm United Party alliance and voting with the Greens and Labor to successfully stop an immediate vote on scrapping the carbon tax. And the government's reaction?
Building.
Well, we didn't see that coming.
To find out exactly how much they did not see that coming, we'll cross now to Jazz Twemlow. Jazz, how is the Coalition taking the setback?
Not well. I'm at Coalition HQ and the atmosphere is one of utter disbelief and shock. It's like they've seen a ghost gargoyling itself.
All right, and what's the cause?
Ghost NRL.
No, the cause of the disbelief and shock.
Well, Ricky's shock vote could add another $1.3 billion to the Coalition's budget hole. That's on top of Palmer's opposition to cutting savings measures linked to the repeal of the mining tax. So it's no wonder people here are on edge. What's this? Hi, can I have a glass of water, please?
A glass of water?
Yeah.
But we have to make more savings. We can't afford it! Oh, God. Oh, God!
So why has Muir's decision come as such a surprise to the Coalition?
Well, he's a sawmill worker and motoring enthusiast party senator defending ARENA. Let me repeat, that's a car-loving tree butcher fighting for renewable energy. It'd be like the sex party voting against trips to the cinema for a romantic comedy followed by dinner and a coffee at my place.
Oh, not my sex formula.
I said it would be like that.
Oh, thank God.
It's also a big surprise because the Coalition expected little resistance. ARENA was already in the grave, the Coalition were patting down the topsoil, and Muir's just come along with a spade, dug up, and then performed mouth-to-mouth on the dirty corpse.
So, are there any more unexpected developments that could upset the coalition?
I doubt it. Unfortunately, with the budget coming, all the blocks they're going to face next are more predictable.
Such as the $7 co-payment and the university fee rise.
Exactly.
Oh God, the budget!
Wow, I can't believe we jumped through a different window.
Is there anything the coalition can do to manage all this resistance in the Senate?
I don't know, put a mattress under both these windows? I have a feeling this is going to be happening a lot. Back to you, Tom.
Thank you, Jazz. But if Ricky Muir really cared about the environment, he would join the Bicycle Enthusiast Party. Good night.
Give me the Philippines for the last time!
Protect me!
You're my friend now.